Welcome back to the channel. So today we have the Craptastic Crap Top, which is sort of what I've named this, but not really. It's the one I used in the Torturing Low-End Hardware video, and I haven't changed anything about it since then. Still running Aero 10, still has all the same files on it, but we're about to change that. A few months back, Google Chrome came out with this Google came out with this thing called Chrome OS Flex, and it basically takes Chrome OS that you'd have on Chromebooks, and it lets you put it on any computer you want. So I guess without further ado, let's get started on that. First of all, you gotta mash F12 to get to the boot picker, which is always fun. I've noticed this one's particularly slow about doing it. There we are. It also likes to name any form of Linux Limpus Lite. I have no idea what the hell Limpus Lite is, but you know, it's Limpus Lite, and I will let it be that. So now I guess we gotta wait a moment as it starts up. So, unlike most of my videos, there is actually a purpose for doing this. I'm not sure if this whole plan of mine is going to fruition soon, but essentially I might be receiving a whole lot of machines, laptops, desktops, maybe even a few servers pretty soon here, just because I've organized an event within a group I'm in to essentially donate machines to me so I can fix them up and recirculate them into the environment. Oh look, there's the boot screen. Into the environment of computers again, so that people who need them can use them. Either I give them to nonprofits or I sell them on eBay, just depending on what I would see fit, depending on condition, the age of the machine, how usable it is, things like that. Just we'll all decide where it goes, but it's going to a good place either way, hopefully. I'm thinking of donating them to Free Geek, but the closest one is like in Portland, Oregon, and I'm about like 180 miles away from Portland in Seattle, Washington. I think that's around the distance anyways. So, you know, it's a little complicated getting them all down there. I could also go to Surrey, California, not California, Canada, but I'm not really sure where I want to put them yet on the nonprofit side. But looks like we booted it up. So oh right, I didn't actually get to why I was installing this. It is for this, and I want to test to see if Chrome OS Flex would be.
You want to activate Chromebox, the built-in screen reader for Chrome OS. If so, press the space bar.
Anyways, as I was saying, I want to install this on a really, kind of iffy machine. This has a Celeron dual core, 2 threads, it's slow, 4 gigs of RAM. I just want to install it on a computer to see if it is a worth it effort to do this, and see if it would be just a good OS for the worst computers, the ones with hardware that really isn't suitable for modern Windows, or like installing Linux on these things probably isn't a great idea because a lot of people want a user-friendly experience, and this is Linux, of course. This is Chrome OS Flex. It's Gentoo based, I think, but yeah, essentially I just want to see if it's a worthy thing, and I figured I'd document my experiences because it's kind of an interesting OS, this Chrome OS Flex thing. So, I guess let's install it. Let's go through this install process. Okay, now it's gonna like partition stuff and move files over. That might take a while, but I will jump cut to when that's finished. Couldn't complete installation. Something went wrong and Chrome OS Flex couldn't be installed. Huh. Okay, let's view the logs. Let's give this thing a restart and try booting in a different way. Before I tried doing it in, I believe I tried booting in EFI. Okay, so yes, I did boot in EFI. So now I'm going to go back to the boot menu, and I'm going to boot in legacy mode to see if that makes a difference on the installer. Sometimes it does. I remember on Linux, it particularly had trouble with this machine installing in EFI mode, and this is Linux that we're dealing with right here. So there is a potentially good chance that this thing just really didn't want to that our Linpus Lite did not enjoy EFI just like the others. So we're gonna do it in legacy mode and see what happens. That's a really beautiful boot screen. Like, I don't know, like I've always liked the black screen with something simple in the center. It is a little corporate, but I've just kind of liked the aesthetic. Well, I'm going to get on with that installation now. I'll just meet you when something happens, you know? So I came back and this thing is off. In fact, my USB stuff is off. I don't know what caused that. Just went inside to get something to eat and I don't know. Let's just try booting it up, I guess. I'm gonna unplug this USB drive in case it tries to boot off of that, but maybe it finished the installation and shut down automatically. I would have figured it would have. I thought it would have like restarted, but I guess let's see what happens. Oh, well, that's certainly a good sign when the the logo of the OS you're attempting to use shows up. So yeah, I guess I don't want to get too cocky, but it looks like it's working, unless it crashes on boot up or something. But that means that my hypothesis was right, and since this is Linux, it doesn't like slightly old EFIs, and using MBR instead worked just great, hopefully. And while we wait for this to load up, I'm gonna eat my apples. I'm hungry.
Chrome OS.
Ah, shut up.
If so, press.
Okay, welcome to Chrome OS Flex. This is the exact same thing I saw before. Oh, but now I gotta connect to a Wi-Fi network, so, I'm not gonna read that. Sure, I'll sell Google my soul. I don't really care. So this is for me. Oh, I could set it up for, like, a child as, like, interesting. Explore and do schoolwork at home. Yeah, well, I guess that's fair. A lot of children use, Chromebooks, and so I suppose if a parent wanted to set up Chrome OS on a different laptop, that is, well, that's a pretty nice feature to have. In fact, my school gives us Chromebooks to use, really locked down Chromebooks. I really hate that, so I don't use them. So I gotta use my email, my Google account, so this is the part that you don't get to see. Sure. Okay, so we can sync my Google account, which I usually do, so let's do that. Let Google use your hardware data Chrome OS Flex. If you decline, the data is still sent to Google to determine proper updates, but is not stored or used otherwise. Normally I decheck this, but I honestly don't really care since I don't plan to use this for much. Huh. Your Google Assistant is ready to help. Sure, I mean, that's a good thing to test. I'm not here to do what I would personally do, since I'm testing this for just anybody who would want to use it. You allow your assistant to use info in your... Yeah, okay, why not? Yep. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Jeez, is the microphone on this not working? Oh, I guess I'll skip it. Device detected, Galaxy S9. Oh, it wants to connect to my phone. I'd rather not do that, just since that's infringing on my other personal devices. Oh, wow, all my Chrome extensions just magically whizzed in. Well, I'm going to close out all of these all at once. So, this is Chrome OS Flex, and, well, it's a lot like Chrome OS, obviously. But, man, it's just missing something, you know? Okay, so, I usually like to jump cut to when I'm finished with this reoccurring stupid joke, but I'm actually surprised to see this here. You can connect to a Samba file share, which is where I store all of those funny, amazing backgrounds. So, I'm going to type in my server's IP, which is, let's see here, 10.0.0.200, and then go into the share folder. And, oh, it lets you put in your username and password beforehand. That's nice. And so, it's right here. Oh my gosh, it's all here. All of the videos that I've saved, all of the files and things. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Anyway, so I have a specific folder for them, and they're all in here. This folder labeled backgrounds, and I just gotta Control A that, Control C, and then my files. Let's collapse that. My files, and just put them in here. And I personally feel like this one today. I want to use this one today, and we're gonna set as the wallpaper. Boom. There it is. Now that, my friends, is how you make an OS. I mean, honestly, I can't believe that Microsoft and Apple and every OS manufacturer just doesn't include these images with them. It's just such a necessary feature. I think you guys will agree. These background images are just so important and integral to the core functionality of these systems. I don't know how people can live without them. It's like living without a web browser, which, thankfully, this operating system comes with one. Google Chrome. In fact, it has all of my Chrome bookmarks and things like that. It's quite nice, actually. If I want to go to YouTube, I'm pretty sure that's even all synced up as we speak. I'm probably already signed in to YouTube on here. Yep, here we are. It's not in dark mode, but it is here, and we can watch YouTube on this. So yeah, you want to watch some 1080p YouTube video, even though this is a 768p screen? Well, yeah, you can do that. Let's pull up Linus Tech Tips. Good old Linus, you know. Let's run some video in 1080p.
You've built a new talent, and we've already made some big investments into our
And watch that. It's running real well. Even on this HD 500 and HD 500 and Celeron N3350, it is quite a dream to use, which is an impressive feat from the perspective of me, who has used a computer like this on Windows or even just any other brand of Linux, and it's working real well so far. But you know, what else do you want to do on here? Because really, watching YouTube, browsing the web, despite that being what this is oriented for, despite being what this OS is oriented for, you can do a lot more on Chrome OS than just browse the web. To start off with, let's go to Google Play Store. I think that's on here already. No? Okay, there is a way to sideload Android apps on here. I just need to figure that out. Hold on. Okay, so I figured that it's probably just a better idea to use the Linux Open Beta, because the Android sideloading is a little, well, I'm just a bit lazy. So I gotta figure out where the Android stuff is, or Linux stuff is. Okay, so here's what I've learned. Apparently, Crostini, the thing used for using Linux on Chrome OS Flex, or just Chrome OS, might I say, because you can't actually use it on Chrome OS Flex, is like I just said, not for Chrome OS Flex. Hopefully that's a yet on the end of that sentence. This is a developer beta. It's not entirely meant for public use yet. So let's see. What can you do on Chrome OS Flex that's in the web browser? What can you do here? Because this is a heavily web-based thing. Well, there is some stuff. Well, if you'd like, Discord is pretty much as smooth as ever. You can just type stuff in there, and it's pretty fast, as you'd probably expect. Or if you'd like, you can watch some YouTube, like I showed you earlier. 1080p video works great. But this is all a browser experience. And I installed this with the intention of seeing whether it could speed up old computers, and it can, but it would be nice to have some better support for applications. So, my findings with this OS are what? Is it useful? Is it a good idea to install this on a slow computer? Well, yeah, it is. It will speed things up a lot. But, if you were hoping to install some apps, I'm sorry, you're browser-based only. You can't do much on here. It's not exactly a power usery thing. So, use it at your own discretion. I personally will probably install this on any slow computer that can't run Windows 10 easily. That isn't something like a Macintosh that would probably run Mac OS anyways. But if I ever get all those machines and and fix them up like I'm hoping I will, which will probably take a month to receive all of them, but yeah, that's really all I have to say on it. This is kind of a short video, I think. I managed to film this all in about 50 minutes. That's how little time this took. But yeah, that's Chrome OS Flex, and I'll be seeing you at some other point in time in the future. Goodbye.